Peace and power, people. What's good with you? How you feeling? How you living? Um, yeah. Today in this quick little video that I got going on here, I'm getting a little bit better at doing this whole video thing. I actually had to bring a little backdrop in. You know what I'm saying? That's so good. Um, and then I also had to get my lighting right. Hold on, let me get my lighting right. Kind of ghetto rigged it today, but that's why I usually like take my videos like in the morning, and we get that that natural light and that sun. You know what I'm saying? And then just a few little housekeeping rules. If you hear a random bark going on, that's my dog. Whenever somebody's at the door, she barks for whatever reason, and I'm not at the house enough to actually sit there and train her to not bark when there's people at the front door. So sorry about that. And then also go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button. It's down there somewhere, but if you watching this off any of my other social media platforms, then just drop a heart, give me a like, and also there's gonna be a little discussion going on in the comment section. I feel more than likely with my homies and stuff that I hang out with. But needless to say, I'm gonna get into this, man. The little title that I have for this is can living a holistic lifestyle keep you from potential can't talk today potential mates. I know living the type of like holistic or natural type of lifestyle, and me wanting that for the women that I'm with, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like, I guess, limits my pool of women that I, can actually choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just noticing like probably like a good majority of the women that are on the same, I guess, vibrations or frequencies and energy level that I am don't really live around me. There's very few in between that actually, live the type of lifestyle that that I want to live. Now, this it's a lot of them, but at the same time, it's more so focused on like the lifestyle that I live, not necessarily my personality. Some of them tie in a little bit towards my personality, but I feel like the personality thing about it is that's something that you discuss with those with those women and things like that. So this is more so the lifestyle that I live, and these are everybody has like their what I'm looking for, like their deal breakers, so to speak. And mine aren't that. I don't know if they would really call like deal breakers for me. It's just I would prefer the women that I'm with to be already a part of some of the things that I'm getting ready to list. And some of them go like together. Like I said, if you see me going back and forth like this, it's because I'm reading off my list. I have a very ADD mind, so like things are just always going off in my head, so I have to actually write things down to keep up with it. But the first two is I don't smoke and I don't drink. They never really smoking and drinking like I know definitely with my age group, my generation, I would almost say a good 70% of them do it. Like it's ridiculous. And I mean, you ain't gonna get no judgment from me. I mean, you live your own life, do what you do, but none of that really appealed to me. The smoking thing and didn't repel me. Cigarettes or smoking weed, like it just, I don't know, it just never appealed to me. And then also, I played football my entire life, and I ran track a little bit too. And but like I always been athletic, and I always felt like if I start doing that, that's gonna mess up like my breathing, and things like that. So I steer clear of it, and it's just something that I never do. And then also weed, like the smell of weed, I don't like the smell of it. It stinks to me, honestly. But to each his own. You know, people have their own reasons on why they do it, but it's not for me. And then drinking, I had a few little drinks every like now and then, like it'll be like mixed with something, but I never really ever been drunk or even tipsy for that matter. Like, I don't know, it doesn't, it just doesn't, it just doesn't appeal to me. Like, I know one day I'm actually gonna sit down and like have like a a drink or two with my dad because I know that's something that he enjoys, and he always said that's something that he wants to do with his boys. So he has three of them, but I guess since I'm the oldest, I'll do it for him because that's my pops. But drinking is it, it's not appealing to me. Like, it's not fun to me really. I don't know. It's not my thing. Um, the next one I put, I don't take medicine. And there's a deeper reason as to why I don't take medicine. But just simply, I always was one to, I'm trying to find the words for it. I always wanted my immune system to be able to take care of itself. And I felt like if I let my body become susceptible to certain things, that over time my immune system will be very strong. And in essence, I think it worked out for the good because I really don't get sick like that. And when I do get sick, I get over it really quick. And then if I do like ever get sick, it's certain like home remedies and things like that that I do to take care of myself. I make like soups and teas and just like natural, things that I feel like take care of my body. Um, and I also just a quick side note, I kind of feel like the woman that you have in your life should be not saying that it's her job or anything like that, but like I feel like the woman that you have should be the one that should be able to take care of you, and then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But just throwing that out there really quick. Sorry. I think I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty and I'm getting hungry, so I yawn a lot. The next one that I have is I stay away from processed foods. Um, I kind of got this thing with myself is if I can't pronounce half the names on the back of the box and the ingredients, I'm not gonna eat it. There's a lot of oxides and phosphates and just a bunch of stuff that I don't even know what it is, and it's like if I don't know what it is, why am I putting it in my body? You know what I'm saying? And then it's crazy because one of my exes, she used to like these little fruit drinks or whatever it was. And I was just curious. I was bored at work and I was just looking up the ingredients and sorry y'all. But one of the ingredients, it was, I don't remember exactly what it was, but like I was looking it up and it was saying like, oh, it's fine, it's okay to digest and things like that. From my standards, it was okay, to consume, but it was like, but if it's mixed with some other type of chemical or something is said in there, if it's mixed in with that, it can possibly form cancer cells. I was like, okay. That's good to know. And then as I'm reading down the ingredient list, the other ingredient that it said if it's combined together can possibly form cancer cells was in the same drink. I was like, yo. Now, it's not a guarantee that it can form cancer cells, but it said it's a possibility. I'm not finna drink that if it's a possibility it can form cancer cells. Like, I don't even want nothing to do with that. Like no. But people don't pay attention to that, and people drink it all the time. I think was it. I'm not gonna like say I'm not inbox me if y'all want to know what drink it was that said they could form the cancer cells. 'Cause I know the feds be watching, and I don't need them to come up after me. But I'm like, yo, that's crazy, yo. Like, this is ridiculous, and people just drinking it. It's ridiculous. Um, the next one is I try to only drink bottled water. Yeah. I try to. The reason for that is because there's a lot of metals and stuff like that in our tap water, and I'll say I'm getting better at it. It's not a full blown out. I'm bottle watered down, but a lot of the sorry y'all, sorry, I can't avoid it. A lot of the water that I try to drink does come from a bottled water, and then I also have a filter on my faucet. But sometimes when I'm in my room, I don't feel like going downstairs. I drink the tap. But that's just simply because of the different metals and stuff like that are in your water. And I try to be as natural as possible and steer clear of all of that. See, check it out. I got one right here. Like I try to drink from bottled water. The next one, I exercise. I'm getting back into my routine. I fell off big time, but that was simply because I was more focused on establishing my businesses. Shout out. But I was more focused on operating and running my businesses and actually taking care of myself, exercising and things like that. So I'm getting back and back into that mode, that routine. And then it's never gonna go away anyway because it's always been a part of me. Like if I'm just randomly going throughout my day, I'm like, man, I need to exercise. I need to do some type of exercise to get my body back feeling the way that it should. Because sometimes when I don't exercise, my body feels weird because it's so accustomed to doing the exercise. One second, y'all. Maybe I had to help with my yawning. But the next one is I walk everywhere, and that's really out of like choice. I choose to walk pretty much everywhere. Um, when I get older, I want to be completely functional. That's also another reason why I exercise. I want to be completely functional. And shout out to my grandmother. Um, I need to actually go see her, but shout out to my grandmother because she just like recently started to use a cane, and she is. I think my grandmother is in her 80s, I believe. I'm not exactly sure how old, but it took her till she was, until her 80s before she even had to touch a cane. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I want to live to be 100 plus. So it's like I definitely feel like walking. It keeps your body in motion. You're using, um, joints and muscles that if you don't use them, you'll lose them. And I feel like me walking everywhere can definitely help with that. When I get older, I want to be functional. You know. And that kind of ties into my next one right here, and is I don't want to pay a car note. I do not like having a bunch of unnecessary expenses. Currently, my job is close to me, so I just walk to work. I feel like having a car note is another expense that I don't necessarily need, when I have all my, necessities near me. Now, there's a certain vehicle that I want, you know what I'm saying? And I've had a bunch of cars that I didn't necessarily want or like, so I really didn't respect it and take care of them like I should have. So the next vehicle that I want is a Jeep, and you can get Jeep parts anywhere. You can go to any country pretty much and get some Jeep parts. You know, you can go some Bufu country and you can probably find some Jeep parts in one of their junkyards. Jeep parts are always everywhere. So I'm not into luxury cars either. So my car repairs and things like that is gonna be cheap because I get my parts anywhere, and then more than likely I can do the stuff myself. And then also I want a motorcycle. Motorcycle parts are cheap, like super cheap, and you can get them pretty much anywhere. So that also keeps my expenses down, you know. But I could talk about that for forever. The next one is I use natural products. That's pretty self-explanatory. You live in a holistic and natural life. A lot of the products that I use are like let's say for like skin, I use a lot of shea butter. Uh, I stay with shea butter. I got a big ass container. Hold on, check it out. And so I got like a big ass thing of shea butter that I buy from the African market that's in my town. Big ass thing of shea butter. I use natural olive oil, and I can actually look at the back of this and know what type of ingredients are actually in here. You get me? Like hibiscus, rosemary, grapeseed, sage, soybean, or like just stuff I actually know what it is. Sesame oil, it says shea butter, coconut oil. Like I actually know what that stuff is. Um, and then same thing like my deodorants and stuff like that. I buy it from like a holistic company. It's black owned too, by the way. That's gonna be another thing that's on here. But I buy a lot of natural products. Unscripted, boy, unscripted. Um, I get a lot of my products and things like that from like African markets, and it's a lot of natural products. So I know what I'm putting on my body. The next one is there it is. I buy black. So a lot of the companies that I buy my products and things like that from are from black owned stores. And that's simply I got a whole video on why I do that, but I buy black, and I bank black. So I make it um, my prerogative. I make it on my agenda that I try to buy black as much as possible. There are certain products and certain things that obviously aren't black owned yet, but I make that sacrifice where I need to be. So a lot of my foods and stuff like that, I get them from black owned stores. Like a lot of the African markets that are by my house, they know who I am because I'm always in there and buying their stuff. And then I bank black. I bank with One United Bank. I'm always sharing their stuff on my social media platforms because I bank with them, and it's actually pretty dope. Like One United Bank doesn't have a brick and mortar building in Illinois. Most of their places are on the East Coast, but they do businesses with other banks that I can use their ATMs with no charge. You know how you get charged if you go to another person's ATM. I'm able to do that at different locations all across the country without getting charged a fee. So it's pretty dope. So I do a lot of my banking online and things like that. But yeah, that's with that. Now completely different. My list it's not in any particular order. My next one is I believe sex is the transference of energy. Um, I can go really deep into that one, but I believe when you are having sex with someone, you're exchanging energy with that person. Um, that's why also like I found out when I was not even when I was young, maybe like a few years ago, like I found out like I can't have like meaningless sex. I have to I have to care about the person in some type of form or fashion, and it's not just like just an attraction thing. Like I actually feel like I'm gonna be with this person in some type of capacity, whether we are going to be talking for for a while, or we're actually gonna think about going the long distance route. I have to I have to give a damn about that person. You know what I'm saying? I have to give a damn about that person in order for me to have sex with them. But like I said, it's because it's a transfer of energy. So I look at things like how their lifestyle is. I also look at like how their energy level is. If there's someone who's always like down and out about their life, and oh, woe is me type of person, I'm look at you like, okay, you fine, but I'm good. Like that's just how I feel about it. But like I said, I could go in on all day about that. And then my next one is I want to buy land. That's definitely something like I really want to buy some land. I really, really want to buy some land. And my dad was like, "What you want to buy some land for?" I was like, "I want to build my house on it. I want to buy some land, build my custom home that I have already planned out, and things like that." Um, and then build my house on it, and then live there, and possibly live off the land. You know what I'm saying? As much as I possibly can. Like there's something in ownership, especially like owning real estate. Like I want to own land. Bottom line, I want to own land. The next one is I want to own my possessions fully. Now, what I mean by that, because I'm not a really like a possessive person or a materialistic type of person. What I mean by that is I don't want to lease or rent out any of my major purchases, like my big purchases. I don't want to have to lease it or rent it or note it or anything like that. It kind of ties back into my whole the car note thing. But anything that I own, man, like I want to have full ownership of it. So it's kind of like one of my homeboys. I heard the saying before, but for whatever reason, when he said it, it just stuck with me. But my boy Guillory, he was basically saying like it costs to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? So I pay the price now, so later on I don't gotta pay it. You get what I'm saying? And so I sacrifice, me not having a car right now with me walking. Why? Because I want to save up so I can own my vehicle. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to rent out or lease it out to nobody. Same thing with my house. You know what I'm saying? I do what I gotta do now so then later on I can have my home, my house. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to rent it out and lease it or anything like that. Be a anything because I'm gonna be a slave to the funds, and I'm not trying to do that for nobody. Um, but yeah. Next one is I believe there is some truth in zodiac signs. Um, I'm not really big into zodiac signs like that because I know some people and they're mainly women, but I know some women who are deep into like zodiac signs and your moons and your Jupiters and all of that, and I respect it. They ain't gonna get no shade from me, but at the same time, I'm like I'm just a Scorpio. Um, she's a Pisces. She's another Scorpio. Like, she's a Tauro. She's a Cancer. She's a Libra. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go deep into it, and I'm just like, y'all, way above my head. But I do believe there's some truth in it because a lot of the stuff that like they have been saying, like at first I was kind of like, I don't know about that, but it's too many coincidences. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in coincidences. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. It's just like, well, damn. She is maybe she is a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she is a Scorpio. Maybe she is a Pisces. Like like it was just too many coincidences for me to just ignore it. The same thing with the transferring with sex energy. It was too many coincidences. It was like I would have just to segue back, like I would have sex with a woman that always used to complain about she's tired and things like that, and then after we would have sex, like all of a sudden I'm tired all the time and things like that, or like how a woman will be anxious or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm feeling anxious and stuff like that. Like that's weird. Like that's too much of a coincidence for me. So the next one is I don't celebrate certain holidays and others I do. Like me and my mother, we currently agreed on celebrating Kwanzaa. And sorry, my dog making me mad. But I do respect the fact that, like my extended family and things like that celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and things like that. And I'm not completely opposed to, not celebrating those holidays at all. I'll celebrate them with my extended family, but like my immediate family and me and my kids, it's only certain holidays that we're gonna celebrate. Um, so for me, that's Kwanzaa. Like definitely, me and my wives, and my children, we're gonna celebrate Kwanzaa. Now, the other holidays and things like that, I'm not gonna completely take those away from my kids, but at the same time, it's gonna be like it's on certain things that we celebrate with us, and then other things that we celebrate with the rest of the extended family. You get what I'm saying? The next one is I practice simple customs of African culture. It's like and with that it's just like simple things like how I wrap my locks up. Right now it's braided, but like I wrap my locks up, or I it's just I don't know. It's like simple things that I do. I can't really like because it's such a part of me now that I can't really like pinpoint them out. It's kind of hard to explain. Um, um, I'm trying to think. Like I acknowledge my ancestors. That's also why I'm trying to in the process of getting my DNA tested, so I could really, get in tune with who I am and where my people come from. But it's like simple things and like how I dress myself. It's more like African attire. A lot of it is with how I dress myself, but then it's also I don't know. I'm trying to give you guys an example, but it's stuff that I just do normally that I don't even like notice. Like, oh, that's part of the culture. But it's just simple stuff, man. Like just like little simple things that I do that I know that are it's for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then the last one uh, is, and I have a whole video going into that, and I'm probably gonna do a lot of my other videos to expand upon it because I feel like it's not a fad and it's not a trend, but people are treating it as such, and you kind of gotta help people understand, what's going on, and then let people uh, form their own opinions about certain things. But what I'm talking about is how I'm poly, or polyamorous, or even more specifically, I'm a polygynist, um, which is me wanting to be with more than one woman at one time. Um, but again, like with all of these things that I'm talking about, um, I'm wondering if it's possible that me living this type of lifestyle, is it possibly drawing women away from me? Because what I've noticed is a lot of it, I have a minute left, y'all, but a lot of it is women just wanting just to be with me. And I'm like, I respect that and I appreciate that. And I feel so bad because it be some bad women I'll be turning down, and it's like I can't do it because I'm not living in my truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, and I just want to know, like, is me living the type of lifestyle that I want to live for myself, is that drawing more women away from me, or is it just weeding out the ones that aren't for me? You know? But let me know what y'all think, man, in the comment section below. Follow, subscribe, peace and power.